I woke up before the sun, packed one bag, and left her the keys. She thought it was just another Tuesday. By the time she poured her coffee, I was already out of the state line, driving west, using a name that was not mine, with zero plans to ever come back. 20 years of marriage, gone before breakfast. My name is Mark Turner. I am 47 years old. And this is how I walked out of a 20-year marriage I had been half missing from since year 5. People always want to know, what was the final straw? There was not one. It was 2 decades of little cuts. My wife, Jessica, introducing me at parties as just in finance, with that little laugh. Her business partner, Kevin, coming over 3 nights a week for strategy that always needed wine and always ended with her office door locked. The way she told stories at dinners and skipped right over me like I was a coat rack. Our kids were the best part. Tyler is 21, studying mechanical engineering. Olivia is 19, pre-medicine. Smart, polite, far enough away at college that they did not have to watch their mother treat their father like background furniture. I paid their tuition in full 2 years ago. Every semester. Every dollar. Jessica still thought we were on payment plans. She never asked. The planning took me 16 months. It started with not being able to sleep and typing things into a search bar at 3 in the morning. I found forums where men talked about starting over. I learned how to move money in tiny amounts, how to open accounts in places no one checked, how to get a new identity, how to leave without a trail. Every withdrawal I made was hidden inside Jessica's constant shopping. Every document I filed was put in places she would never look. 3 months ago, I paid off our house and put the deed in only her name. Cost me $200,000 from accounts she did not know I had. That same week, she told me I never did anything meaningful. That Tuesday, I got up at 4:30. Jessica was asleep, her back to me like it had been for years. I had packed a single duffel the night before and hid it in the garage behind the Christmas boxes she made me pull down every November. I dressed in the dark. Jeans, work boots, a flannel I bought with cash in a town 40 miles away. Nothing from the old life. I walked through the house one last time and memorized it. The light over the sink. The pictures on the hallway wall. I set the keys on the kitchen island in a straight line. House. Both cars. Safety deposit box. Even leaving, I could not stop organizing. My wedding ring went under the ceramic sugar bowl her mother gave us, the one Jessica pretended to love. She will tell people, he did not even leave a note. Fine. Let her. The coffee maker was set. She would wake up, smell coffee, reach for her mug, and maybe ask herself where I was. Maybe not. By the time she figured out those keys were not misplaced, I was already past the New Mexico sign, heading toward Arizona, toward a small shop where a man named Frank Miller said he had work. The truck was waiting 2 streets over. A 2015 Ford F-150 I bought for cash from a guy in Tucson who did not ask anything. No global positioning system, no registration that would bounce back to me. I had been signing Adam Walker for weeks until it looked natural. Adam Walker sounded like a man who used tools, not spreadsheets. I like that. I drove 6 hours without stopping for anything but fuel. Paid with prepaid cards I had been loading for months. Different stores. Different days. No pattern. I left my old phone in a trash can at a rest area and covered it with paper towels. Watched it disappear. Felt nothing. Crossing into Arizona felt like I broke the tape on a finish line. I pulled over at a lookout, got out, and breathed. Real air. No Jessica saying, Mark, did you remember to? No. Mark, why do you always? Just wind. My friend Ben had put me in touch with Frank. Frank owned a small motorcycle repair place outside Tucson. Good guy. Older. Business was bleeding. Needed someone who could do numbers. I had sent him my Adam Walker resume 2 months before. Former accountant. Burned out. Wants to work with his hands. Frank called me back in a week. You know bikes? He asked. I am a fast learner, I said. Good enough. Pay is not great, but it is honest. Honest work. I had laughed at that. I had been honest for 20 years, and it bought me silence, distance, and a wife who locked her office with another man. The shop was exactly what I needed. Small. Dusty. Smelled like oil, hot metal, and old coffee. Frank was 65, gray beard, big shoulders like he had been wrestling engines longer than I had been alive. He looked at me when I walked in that first day and nodded. Adam Walker? That is me, I said. The lie came out as smooth as the truth. You look like a man running from something, he said. I looked him in the eye. or running to something. He grunted and handed me a wrench. Either way, these carburetors are not going to clean themselves. Show me what you can do. I had never cleaned a carburetor, but I had rebuilt ugly financial models and companies that were on fire. Machines are machines. You learn the parts, you follow the flow, you fix what is clogged. I studied the whole thing like it was a balance sheet. Took the carburetor apart slow, laid every piece out on a rag in the order I pulled it. Frank watched without saying much. 2 hours later, I had it back together. He hit the starter. The bike fired and settled into a clean idle. Yeah, he said. You will do. That night, I rented the room over the shop. For walls, no pictures, mattress on the floor, hot plate, one window looking out over desert that just kept going. I sat there eating a gas station burrito while the sun went down, and I did not think about Jessica once. First time in 20 years I could breathe all the way in. Back at home, Jessica rolled out of bed around 8:15. Late for her. She had stayed up almost till midnight. Phone glow on her face, probably messaging Kevin about another strategy session. She walked down the hall in that silk robe I bought her for Christmas, the one she said was fine. No smell of coffee. Weird. I always had it ready. Mark, she called. Nothing. She went into the kitchen, already annoyed. The pot was full but cold. She figured I forgot to hit the button. Typical, in her mind. She reached for a mug and saw them. Keys. Every single one, lined up on the island like I was checking inventory. House. Both cars. Safety deposit box at the bank. Her hand shook a little when she picked up the car fob. Both cars were there. She opened the garage anyway. Her Mercedes sat there. My Lexus sat there. But no me. What on earth? She said, walking back in. She grabbed her phone and called me. Straight to the generic voicemail. Not even my voice. She tried again. Same thing. Then she saw the sugar jar. Something was under it. She lifted it. My wedding ring. Plain gold, worn smooth after 2 decades, sitting by itself like an exhibit. Her breath caught. This was not me running late. She called my office. My assistant, Lauren, picked up. Hi, Jessica, what can I do for you? Lauren said, all cheerful. Is Mark there? Jessica asked, trying to sound casual. Oh no. He put in for a leave of absence about 3 weeks ago. Said he needed personal time. I thought you knew. Jessica squeezed the phone. Right. Yes. I forgot. How long? He did not say. Just said he would check in. Is everything all right? Everything is fine. Jessica lied. Thank you, Lauren. She hung up and stared at the keys. 3 weeks. He had set this in motion 3 weeks ago, and she had not seen a single thing. She went to our closet. Empty hangers where my clothes used to be. Not all of them. Just enough to make it obvious. My laptop was gone. My gym bag. My old leather jacket from college. She sat on the bed and called again. Voicemail again. Then she opened her laptop and checked our accounts. Joint checking looked normal. She logged into savings. Password error. What? She tried again. Access denied. She called the bank. After 20 minutes of being put on hold and transferred, she got someone who could actually see the account. Mrs. Turner, that savings account was closed about 4 months ago, the woman said. Closed by who? Jessica asked. Your husband closed it and withdrew the complete balance. A notice was mailed. Jessica thought about the stack of mail I always handled. The boring stuff she never touched. How much was in it? She asked, voice thin. I cannot give you figures over the phone, ma'am, but it was a substantial amount. Jessica hung up. Now her hands were really shaking. This was not a tantrum. This was a plan. The version of me in her head could not book a weekend trip without her approval. The man who left her was not that man. She called Kevin. He was there in under an hour. Walked in like it was his kitchen, like he always did. Used to bother me. Did not matter anymore. What is going on? He asked, putting his hand on her shoulder. She leaned into it, because that is what she does. He is gone, she said. Mark. He just left. No note. Nothing. Kevin looked at the line of keys, picked up the ring. Did you two fight? No. That is the point. We were fine. Were you? He said soft. She snapped. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, when is the last time you two actually talked? He asked. Not about bills. Not about schedules. She could not answer. Kevin took out his phone. I know somebody. Private investigator. Finds people who do not want to be found. Do you want me to call him? Jessica nodded. Yes. Call him. Meanwhile, 2,000 miles away, I was in a hot garage with Frank, taking apart a motorcycle engine. He would grunt when I did something right, and point when I was about to mess it up. You have good instincts, he said. Most guys rush. You take your time. I smiled. Learned that from spreadsheets. I told him, numbers do not lie if you give them time. Machines are the same way. Take care of them, and they take care of you. People do not always do that. Ray looked at me over the bike. Speaking from experience? Yeah, I said. Been married to someone who liked the story more than the truth. He laughed. I have been divorced twice. Both times she said I loved these bikes more than her. At least the bikes never lie, I said. He gave me a look. So you are running from a marriage. Something like that. He let it drop. That is what I liked about Ray. He could see a man carrying a heavy thing and still not make him unpack it. My new phone buzzed. Only 3 people had that number. Ray, the guy who rented me the room, and Derek, the friend who helped me set up the new identity. I checked it. Dad, it is Ethan. Chloe gave me this number. We need to talk. My chest squeezed a little. I knew this call would come. I just thought I would have more time. I stepped outside into the dry Arizona heat and called. Dad? He picked up right away. Yeah, it is me. What is going on? Mom is freaking out. She called me, and Chloe's saying you disappeared. I did not disappear, son, I said. I left. That is the same thing. No, I said, firmer. Disappearing is when someone takes you. Leaving is when you decide to walk. He was quiet. Why, he asked. Because staying there was killing me, Ethan. Slow, quiet, bit by bit. So you just go, he said. That is how you fix it. I am not running from something, I said. I am walking toward something better. There is a difference. Mom says you had some kind of breakdown. Of course she does. It is easier than saying she stopped seeing me 10 years ago. Another silence. This one hurt more. Are you coming back? He asked, softer. No, I said. But I am still your dad. That does not change. Your school is paid through graduation. Chloe's too. We do not care about the money, Dad. I know, but I do. That is what dads do. We make sure you are covered, even from a distance. I could hear him breathing, trying to fit this into his world. Where are you? He asked. Somewhere I can breathe. I said. That is all you need to know right now. Tell your sister I will call her. I need you both to trust me. Can you do that? Long pause. Yeah, he said. Yeah, I can. Good man. I love you, Ethan. Love you too, Dad. I hung up and just stood there in the sun. The only part of this I hated was leaving them. But they are grown. One day it will make sense. 3 months in, I had a rhythm. Up at 5. Coffee. Watched the desert light hit the hills. Down to Ray's shop by 6. The work was clean. A bike either ran or it did not. No fake smiles. No office politics. Word got around town about the new guy who tells you the truth. We went from hoping for walk-ins to a 2-week list. Then Derek called. Your wife hired a private investigator, he said. Name is Grant Wilson. Ex-law enforcement. Knows how to dig. He has already tied your truck purchase to Tucson. How close? I asked. He will check shops in your area next, Derek said. But your papers say you are Adam Walker. Suspicion is not proof. Stay in character. After I hung up, Ray walked over. Problem? He asked. My ex sent somebody looking for me. I said. You leaving? No, I said. I am staying. Good. He handed me a folder. Been meaning to show you this. I am selling the place. Moving to Montana to be near my daughter. I want you to have first shot. I opened it. The numbers were fair. Honestly, too fair. I do not have that kind of cash, I said. Bank will give it to you with what you have done here, Ray said. Or pay me over time. I trust you, Adam. That night I called Chloe. Dad. Hey, kiddo. Mom hired a detective, she said right away. To find you. I know, I said. I am not hiding. I am just living somewhere else. Why like this? She asked. Why not just tell her? Because if I told her, it would turn into a war, I said. This way, nobody has to scream. She went quiet. I found the messages, she said finally. Between Mom and Kevin. 2 years' worth. That was not work. I closed my eyes. No, it was not. Did you know? I had a pretty good idea, I said. But even without him, I was drowning. Your mom stopped seeing me a long time ago. I am sorry, she said. Do not be sorry for me, I said. Be glad I finally picked myself. Promise me you will never let anybody make you invisible. I promise, she said. I love you. I love you too, Chloe. The detective showed up on Tuesday. I was under a bike putting in a clutch when a guy in khakis and a button-down walked in. Former cop, easy to spot. Looking for Adam Walker, he said. That is me, I said. He pulled a photo from a folder. My wedding picture. Younger me. Tie straight. Jessica in white. This you, he asked. I looked at it. Nope. Do not know him. You sure, he said. You look like Jonathan Hayes. Went missing about 3 months ago. I am Adam Walker, I said. Do not know any Jonathan. He gave me a polite smile. Look, I do not care why you left. My client just wants to know you are alive. Then tell her Adam Walker is alive and doing fine, I said. I could push this, he said. Get law enforcement involved. You could, I said, standing up, wiping my hands. But I am not wanted. I am just a man living the life he picked. He looked at me for a long second. Fair enough, he said, and left. He looked me over for a second and nodded. All right, fair enough. But your wife is not going to quit. Some people only know how to stay mad. That is her default setting, I said. He handed me a card. When she shows up, and she will call me. Sometimes it helps to have somebody neutral standing there. After he left, Frank walked out from the back. That what I think it was? Yeah, her guy found me. You good? I am. But she might come. He grinned. Then she will meet Kyle Anderson, the mechanic. That night, the new number rang again. I picked up. Wrong number, I said. Do not start, she snapped. It was Jessica. Sharp, glassy voice. The investigator found you. I know where you are. Then you know I am not coming back. You cannot just walk out on 20 years. I already did. Divorce papers are at the house. Sign them. You are crazy. No, Jess. I am finally clear. There is a difference. I want to see you. Face to face. Part of me wanted to tell her no. Part of me wanted her to see what she had thrown away. Okay, I said. Darla's Diner on Highway 10. Thursday, 12 o'clock. You come alone. I will be there, she said, and hung up. I sat there afterward and realized I was not afraid. For the first time in our whole marriage, I was the one with the leverage. Thursday showed up hot enough to melt the road. I got there half an hour early and picked the back booth with a view of the door. Control what you can. She walked in at 12 on the dot, dressed like she was going to a board meeting. Dark suit, heels, hair perfect. The successful version of herself she always said I could never keep up with. People looked. She spotted me and came over. That same hard walk I knew too well. She slid in across from me and stared, taking inventory. The beard, the tan, the rough hands, the broader shoulders from real work. Less of the office softness. You look different, she said. I am different. You look like you work construction. I fix bikes, I said. With my hands. It is good work. She winced. You have a master's degree in finance, Mark. You were a senior analyst. And you tossed it to play mechanic? I tossed a life that was choking me, I said. Big difference. The waitress came over. I got coffee and apple pie. Jessica asked for water with lemon, then changed it to wine. At noon, she was rattled. This is insane, she said when we were alone. You cannot just walk away from your whole life. I did not walk away from it. I bought myself a new one. You got the house, the cars, all the stuff. I took what I actually needed. What I needed, she hissed. You cleaned out accounts I did not even know we had. I built those. No, I said. You spent on furniture, on trips, on anything Kevin dreamed up. I saved. That money was mine. Color rose in her face. Kevin is my business partner. Kevin is more than that. And you know it. I saw the messages. 2 years' worth. You were not nearly as sneaky as you thought. She went pale. You were spying on me. I was finally looking, I said. Something you never did with me. The waitress dropped our drinks. Jessica took half the wine in one swallow. So what? She said, voice cracking. You see a few texts and throw away 20 years? No. I decided to stop being a ghost in my own house. The texts just confirmed what I felt. You left this marriage a long time ago. I finally matched you. We can fix it, she said fast. Counseling. Therapy. Whatever. I shook my head. You cannot fix something we never really built. We got married young. Wanted different lives. Kept pretending. I am done pretending. What about Ethan and Chloe? You were just leaving your kids? They are grown. Their schools are paid. And now they get to see what self-respect looks like. That is not abandoning them. Her eyes filled. Real tears, not the ones she used on clients. I never meant to make you feel invisible, she whispered. I know, I said. That is the part that hurts. You did it by habit. Seeing me would have taken effort. She reached for my hand. I let her touch it, but I did not hold back. Please come home, she said. We can start again. No, Jess, I said. Because you would be going home to Mark Turner. And he is gone. I am Kyle Anderson now. Kyle likes his life. She yanked her hand back like I burned her. You are really not coming back. I am really not coming back. Sign the papers. Be with Kevin. Be happy. Just let me be happy too. She stood up hard, grabbed her bag. This is not over, Mark. Yes, it is, I said. And my name is Kyle. She walked out, left the wine and the check. I paid for both and tipped big, then drove back to the shop feeling lighter than I have in years. 2 weeks after that, I signed the papers to buy Ray's place. The bank said yes because business was up. Ray was happy. I was scared, but it was the good kind. The kind that says, this is yours now. You are going to make this place better than I did, Ray said while we signed. You have skill and you have character. That is rare. I learned from the right person, I told him. I told him, you did not give me anything I did not already have. I just needed a place where I was allowed to use it. The day after Frank drove north to Montana, I went outside with a ladder and swapped the sign. Where it used to say Frank's Motorcycle Repair, it now said Anderson Cycle Shop. Seeing that name, my picked name, onward felt like staking ground. Business kept climbing. I brought on help, a college kid named Travis, hungry, respectful, sharp. I taught him every trick Frank taught me, and I paid him straight. The way I always wanted to be treated at home and never was. One Saturday I heard, Dad, and rolled out from under a Triumph. It was Ethan and Chloe, standing together like they had practiced this. Well, look at you two, I said. Come on, I will show you the place. I walked them through the bays, showed them the books, introduced them to Travis. They listened, really listened. You look happy, Chloe said. Happier than I have ever seen you. I am, I said. For real this time. Ethan picked up a wrench. Mom is not doing great. I know, I said. But that part is not mine to fix anymore. She wants you to come back. I am not going back, I told him. I built a good life here. We are not here to drag you home, Chloe said. We just wanted to understand. Ethan nodded. I saw the messages. I get it. I do not want either of you picking sides, I said. You can love us both. We already do, Chloe said. She is hurt. You are finally alive. Both can be true. We sat around and talked about school, plans, Arizona heat, whether I got lonely. I am alone, I said, but I am not lonely. That is different. When they hugged me, Ethan said, I am proud of you, Dad. That almost broke me. 14 months after I left, Chloe called. Dad, Mom is sick. Ovarian cancer. Stage 3. I sat in the little apartment over the shop and let that hit. How bad? I asked. Bad enough, she said. Surgery next week. Then chemotherapy. She is scared. And Kevin bailed 20 minutes after she told him. Of course he did. She asked about you, Chloe said. Not to come back. Just if you cared. Give me a day, I said. That night I called Derek. You do not owe her, he said. But will you be able to live with not going? I did not sleep. 2 days later, I was on a plane to California. I walked into her hospital room without warning. She was smaller. No makeup. Hair tied back. Hospital gown instead of armor. Mark, she whispered. It is Kyle now, I said. But yeah, it is me. She cried right away. I did not think you would come. Not after everything. I dragged a chair to her bed. I am not here because everything is fine, I said. I am here because we did 20 years together. That still matters. She looked at me with those scared eyes I had not seen since we were kids. I am terrified, she said. What if this does not work? What if the chemotherapy does not work? Then you fight harder, I said. You have always been a fighter, Jess. You just spent years fighting the wrong battles. Time to fight for yourself. She nodded, crying. I am sorry, she finally got out. For everything. For making you feel like you were not there. For Kevin. For wasting 20 years on a man I stopped really looking at. I am sorry, Mark. Kyle. I am sorry. I know you are, I said. I can tell. And I am working on forgiving you. I really am. But I cannot come back. You know that, right? Kyle Anderson has a life now. Mark Turner is gone. I know, she said, wiping her face. I would not even ask you to. You look happy. Lighter. Like you can breathe. We talked for a couple hours. About Ethan and Chloe. About doctors. About dumb shows she started watching. Normal stuff. When I stood to go, she grabbed my hand. Thank you for coming, she said. You have no idea what this means. Get well, Jess, I said. Not for me. Not even for the kids. For you. 2 days after I got back to Arizona, I called the hospital billing office and set up an anonymous plan that covered everything: surgery, medicine, chemo, the whole pile. $80,000 from money she never knew I had. She never found out it was me. That was all right. I did not do it to be thanked. I did it because I was free enough to be kind, and because a part of me still cared if she woke up tomorrow. 2 years after I walked out, I stood in Anderson's cycle shop watching Travis teach a new kid how to rebuild a carb. We had 4 full-time mechanics now, a custom fab bay, and a 3-month wait list. Riders were hauling bikes from Nevada and California just to have us touch them. With Derek's help, I was doing high-end builds for collectors. The boring financial analyst was now building 6-figure machines. Madison, Chloe, kept me updated. Jessica beat the cancer. She sold the big house, moved into a condo, started helping other women going through treatment. Smaller life, truer life. The divorce became official on some random Tuesday. I felt nothing but relief. That weekend both kids came. Ethan brought his girlfriend, Sophie, brilliant and curious. Chloe stayed 3 days, helped in the shop, crashed on my couch. We rode through the desert, ate terrible diner food, and did not dig up the old mess. You are different, Dad. Ethan said that last night. You laugh now. I am happy, I said. Like real happy. Mom is different too, Chloe said. Not as big. In a good way. Like she figured out she does not have to win every room. I am glad, I said. I really am. She knows it was you. Ethan said quietly. The bills. She wanted us to tell you thank you. Tell her to stay healthy, I said. That is enough. They hugged me, told me they were proud of me. I told them it only took me 47 years to pick myself. 3 months later, a letter showed up. Her handwriting. Kyle, I know you paid for my treatment. The hospital would not tell me, but I know. That truth almost broke me, not from guilt, from seeing how good you always were and how much I missed it. I am well now. In remission, learning to live small and not be bitter. You taught me that without meaning to. I hope Arizona gave you what I could not. You deserve someone who actually sees you. Thank you for saving my life after I almost ruined yours. Jessica. I read it once, folded it, and put it away. That night I sat on the roof and watched the desert turn gold, then purple. Derek called about a chance to buy another shop in Montana. I told him to send it. When I hung up, I sat there under the stars and realized something simple. Somewhere in California, Jessica was learning how to live honest. Somewhere in my past, Mark Turner was nothing but an old version. Right here, right now, Kyle Anderson was exactly where he was supposed to be. 20 years of being wallpaper. 2 years of finally seeing myself. I would not trade the 2 for the 20. Not for anything.